Hello, hello, happy Thursday. I think it's Thursday. All right, we are 2 minutes, 2 minutes away from gentle yoga. Hope everyone's doing really well. I'm just quickly fiddling with some technology down here while we're waiting. If you're here, please say hello. It's always nice to know who's hanging out with me. Also, before we get started, if you are new to yoga or to exercise in general, just please make sure that you have consulted a physician or a medical professional before you start with us. And especially if you have any known medical issues or if you're pregnant. So just make sure that you have the thumbs up from those who are able to give thumbs up. Also, if you feel dizzy or faint at any time, sometimes downward dog can induce a little vertigo here and there. Please just stop and hold child's pose, and I'll show you what that is today. And we are unable to assume any liability for any incident or injury that happens today. Hi, Elena. We're almost ready to go. It was so beautiful out yesterday, wasn't it? I hope everyone got outside for some fresh air. All you need today is, hi, Ina, just a mat. My ladies are in the house. Maybe a strap, a towel, some sort of something to throw around the back of your foot, just like we did last week. And yes, I am looking for Apparently this is Thursday Martine Sings Day. What do you guys think of that? Perfect. And we shall begin. So lie down on your back, feet flat on the floor, knees are bent. Get comfortable, and I'll wake you up in an hour. All right. I want your palms facing the ceiling while you're lying on your back. This is going to allow your shoulders to relax and to open and roll back in the right direction. Let me come with you. All right, so we're right here. Completely let go of any stress or tension that you're holding in your body. And breathe. Hi, Helen, welcome. So you're just going to feel your belly inflate or expand as you inhale. And as you exhale, I want your upper body to completely melt into the floor. Relaxing your forehead, your cheeks, and your jaw. Settling into your shoulder blades, so allowing them to relax into the ground. From here, gently open your eyes and just rest your hands right down by your side. Now, I have a couch in my way, but what I'm going to ask you to do is inhale and reach the arms overhead. And exhale, bring the hands right back down by your side. As you inhale and reach up, feel free to allow your back to arch off the floor. And then release it back down. Inhale, reach the arms up and start to walk your feet closer to your hips. Exhale down. As you inhale this time, I want you to lift the hips up towards the ceiling as the arms float overhead. And exhale, roll it all down. One more time like that. Good stuff. Draw the right knee in and extend the left leg out along the floor. And just hold here. So let's try and give that lower back a bit of a break or a stretch. And right now you'll notice that maybe your left knee is really high away from the floor. because maybe your hip is really tight, your hip flexor rather. So as you draw that right knee in and you press the lower back into the floor, I'm going to try and lengthen that left leg out a little bit more and really press the back of the left knee into the ground. All you're going to do here is continue holding on to that right knee with your right hand and open the right knee out to the side. You're going to use your left hand to push down into your hip, right? So I'm going to switch so you can see what's going on. So you're pushing into your hip with your hand and you're pulling the knee out to the side. So it's your right leg. Make sure there's a slight connection between the belly button and the spine. And you can take that one leg around in circles. Just trying to open up the hip. Okay, we're back. We fell. Now, if you can switch directions with that leg, go for it. And hold. And we're going to switch to the other side. So just draw that knee in. Hi, Denise. Welcome, everybody. So once again, you push the back of that knee down into the ground. You pull that in as much as you can. And you hold. So now you've got that left leg in your hand. Push down with your right hand, and you're going to take that knee around in circles. And then switch directions. And you're back to center. Okay, make sure you have space around you. I'm going to shimmy down this way. Roll onto one side of your body. So just like you're sleeping in bed, your arms are nice and long right in front of you. So pretend there is a train track over your head in the shape of a rainbow. You're going to take that top hand, keep it on the track as you inhale and reach it all the way overhead. And now your arms are out to the sides. Yep. Then you're going to retrace that rainbow and come all the way back to where you started. So this is really, really good for your shoulders. I'm sure you can feel the same thing. Now that hand, that arm, it never leaves the ground, right? Because your hand is the train on the train track and it never leaves the track. So you're just tracing a rainbow shape back and forth. One more time on whichever side you are on. Now hold here in this big open position. I want you to look away from the side your knees are facing. Stretch your neck. Okay, cool. All you're going to do is roll over to the other side and you're going to close the door. I'm going to swivel around so you can still see what's going on. Going to take those hands right in front of you, keeping your hand on the train track as you open and trace that rainbow. And then exhale to close it. So one side is going to be super different to the other, I'm assuming. Thanks to our computer mouse, right? And leaning over onto one side of our chair. Remember, if you sit cross-legged, just switch to the other leg. Maybe you want to sit cross-legged on your chair. Maybe you want to prop your feet up on something. Just change your position every now and again. Stand up, do a little dance, sit back down. All right, next time you find your hands together, you're done. You can push yourself up into a seated position. Okay, from here, I'm going to come onto all fours as we go into our cat-cow. Curl your toes under, push your feet down. That's totally up to you. You're going to inhale and lift your chin, chest, and tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, scoop in, hollow out, and flow this with your breath. I want you to think about leading with your tailbone. So your tailbone always starts the movement. Tailbone lifts and the chin will follow. The tailbone tucks under and the chin will follow. Think about moving through your spine, one vertebra at a time. And then we will hold in our neutral spine. So from here, you're going to curl those toes under. Keep the knees bent as you lift the hips up and back, downward dog. And you can start pedaling your legs, one and then the other. Keep the knees bent, hold that downward dog, and straighten your legs. And then bend your knees, almost like you're trying to come down to child's pose, and straighten your legs. Let's go for a few more. Perfect. Come down into child's pose and hold here. Amazing. Good, keep breathing. Okay, so we're going to come into a very gentle flow. So from child's pose, come into a modified plank. You're gonna lower the hips down first, almost like a ripple or a wave. Now you're down on the ground. You're gonna lift the chest up just like we were doing before and press back into child's pose. Come into your modified plank. You can go from knees, thighs, pelvis, belly button, chest, and you're down. And then you're lifting head, chest, belly button, pelvis, thighs, and you're back into child's pose. If you're ready to step it up a little bit, remember it's gentle yoga today, but you can if you want. Come into your modified plank and lower down, tricep push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Give me a couple more of those. Inhale, lower down or chaturanga, upward facing dog, and push it back. Last one. Now you might feel a little bit of a sensation in your lower back as you arch away from the floor. That's perfectly normal, as long as it's not excruciating. I want you to hold right here now. All right, good. Everyone is A-okay. From child's pose, we're going to come into a shoulder stretch. So you're going to take that right arm and reach it up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, you can tuck under and touch that shoulder down 4 times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tuck under. Are we in child's pose? That's completely up to you. If it's more comfortable to keep your hips up off the floor, you definitely can. We've got one more. Can you keep your eyes on your thumb? Tuck under and hold it. Perhaps now you want to shift the hips back and stretch your shoulder. Send your inhalations into that upper back, into your shoulder blade. So we've got the right arm along the floor. We're pushing into that left hand to roll the chest away from the ground. Do you want to take your left leg out to the side? Maybe now you can reach your left arm up towards the ceiling and hold. You can also take your left hand behind your back. And you are officially a half pretzel. All we're trying to do is find a way to stretch in that upper back. Turn your head to look up towards the ceiling. And let's come out of it same way we got into it. And switch sides. So that left arm reaches up this time. Left arm tucks under 4 times. Inhale up. Exhale 3. Inhale, reach. That's 2. One more time. Can you keep your eyes on your thumb? And hold it. Pushing the right hand down into the ground this time. Notice whether or not your left bum cheek is pushing over to the right away from your foot. Just pull everything back so it's centered. Maybe this time the right leg comes out and the right arm lifts up. You can take the right hand behind your back if you need to. Keep your eyes on your thumb if you're still reaching up. Abs are nice and strong here. And release that hand back down and come into a kneeling position. Okay, so we're gonna go for a little 2-for-1 special here. If you have sensitive knees, I want you to get a pillow or something. You can even fold your mat up and stick it underneath your knee. So let's take that left leg out to the side and stay down on your right knee. And arms are gonna come out into an airplane pose. So keep that hip directly on top of your knee. You can also take your hands behind your head. You're gonna inhale, lean towards that void. Lean to the right. Exhale, use the abdominals to come back up. Inhale, lean. Exhale, come back up. Up. 2 more. Inhale, lean. Exhale, lift up. Last one. Cool. Don't change that lower body. You're gonna slide your left hand down your left leg and reach the right arm over. Good, we're staying right there. I'm just coming here. Notice whether or not the hips are leaning back. You wanna push it forward and go for length first, right? So really try to reach towards the ceiling. Lengthen as much as you can. Keep some space up there, and then you can reach over. If you'd like to add in some abdominal work, you're gonna lengthen your left arm as well. Good. Stay nice and strong in your core. Keep reaching. Ooh, this is a good one. Come all the way back up and let it go. Other side. Okay, so let's start with the abdominal work. I forgot there is a third option with your arms you can reach over as you lean. Remember, we're going to the left this time, away from that straight leg. You ready? Inhale, let's go. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, belly button to spine. Exhale, come back up. Cool. Let's go for a couple more here. And when I say 2, I mean 3. One more time. All right, remember, we don't change the lower body. We're just changing the upper body. Lengthen, squeeze in, and slide your right hand down your leg. Nice work, nice work. But let's stay focused on how we're breathing. So if you ever feel like you're breathing quickly, I want you to take some time. Maybe you need to come out of the stretch a little bit and really focus on lengthening the breath. So the biggest reason why is so that we can start to stimulate our relaxation hormones. Come all the way back up and release. Cool. Okay, so make your way back into downward facing dog. I almost forgot what this was called for a minute. I want you to lift your heels up super high away from the floor and drop them down. Lift the heels super high away from the floor and drop them down. Let's do that one more time. Start to bring your shoulders forward because you're going to take your right foot and step it up in between your hands. Okay, let's drop down onto that left knee. As you inhale and reach the arms up, start lengthening the left hip flexor and hold. On your exhale, take the hands down. So left hand under the shoulder, right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. You're going to bring those hands right back down to either side of your front foot and inhale, lengthen the arms up. Exhale, take the hands down. I'm changing this on you. You're going to shift the hips back, hamstring stretch. Sweetheart, can you be a bit more quiet? Come back into your lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches up. Work that upper back there. Hands are coming down. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hands are down. Push back into your hamstring stretch. Inhale, come forward. We're gonna hold that crescent lunge this time. Feel free to come off your knee if you would like, and stay right here. What we want to avoid doing is keeping the hip directly on top of the knee, because we're not seeing a lengthened position here. Think about pushing that knee forward. The hips are going forward as well, and you're squeezing that butt cheek. If the shoulders are bothering you, you can keep your hands in prayer or down on top of your front leg. There we go. This is a really good opportunity to bring your focus back to your breathing and to lengthen it. Let's shift those hips back once again for your hamstring stretch. So we're going to take the rounding out of the upper back, lengthen. You can completely sit down onto that the back heel and work on lowering yourself down towards that front leg. But if you're okay staying a bit more upright and you want to lower down this way, it's totally fine. It's a choose your own adventure kind of day. Play around too. If you flex your foot, where do you feel the stretch? And then slowly start to point, lowering the toes down towards the mat. Then where do you feel it? Play around with it. We're looking for right in the back of your thigh, right back here, but you might feel a bit of a calf stretch as well, especially if you wear high heels a lot. Let's come all the way back up, switch legs. Okay, so from here, going to sink into that front knee, reach the arms up, exhale, right hand down, left arm reaches up, right? So we're working in between the shoulder blades. Bring that hand down. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hands are down, and you shift the weight back into your hamstring stretch. Woo, that's a tight one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up. Squeeze the shoulder blades to the spine. Hands are down. Inhale up. Exhale, where are we going next? I know you know. That's it. Let's flow through this a couple of more times. All right. Reverse, lunge, twist. Back to your crescent lunge. And then into your hamstring stretch. And let's hold this one. We'll go back to holding the lunge after this. Almost forgot. So again, you can sit right back onto that heel, or you can stay a little bit more upright. Are you breathing quickly? So check in with your body. How you doing? How you feeling? Do you need to hold in child's pose? Do you need to lie on your back for a moment? Let's try and tilt the pelvis a little bit. Come forward into that lunge position, and you can reach up and lengthen. Remember, we're shifting that weight forward, not necessarily down, but forward. Cool. You can rest your hands on your thighs or reach them up towards the ceiling. Now, if you joined Elena on her class, was it yesterday? I think she was doing this exercise in this position, and then you jump and switch to the other leg and land up in this position. So you guys are all warmed up. Your hips are ready for this stretch. Okie dokie. I'm gonna swing the legs around. Grab your handy dandy towel if you have one. And wrap around the back of your feet, nice and straight. And start to pull. Now your pull might be 2 inches and your hamstrings might say, okay, that's just about enough. We're gonna stop there. if you have anything else lying around, you can also roll up the back of your mat into a tighter roll than this and stick it under your sitting bone, so the bony part of your bum. And that'll help to kind of tilt your pelvis. Right, so if you feel like this is happening to you, as long as you get something underneath your butt, it'll help to straighten out, right? So it tucks the tailbone in the right direction. Does your lower back hurt today? Do you want to bend your knees a little bit? Absolutely, go there. I want you to, a lot of I want you to's. Okay, you're gonna take your left leg out. So only one foot has the towel on it. This is purely just for fun, right, Ina? I always say that when something crazy is coming up. You're gonna lean back and take that right leg up with you. Let's work the core. So, gonna tuck that tailbone under. Keep the back of your left knee pressing down into the ground. You're gonna slowly roll down, and here we are. Left leg is bent or straight, that's entirely up to you. And hang out right here. If you can get that towel underneath the forefoot and pull down, you're gonna get an extra stretch. So we want extra. We want more. Relax your shoulders. So if you're holding onto your foot or onto your leg and you're holding onto your strap and your hands are really close to your foot, your shoulder blades are gonna almost lift off. I'm exaggerating here, but you'll be in this really tensed up position. So hold on to the ends so your arms can be relaxed and bent. From here, you're gonna switch hands. So it's the same leg, you're just holding on with the other hand. Right arm goes out to the side. I want you to pull that leg in towards you as much as you can before taking it over to the left side of your body. Ooh. Now you might not even have to go very far before you feel something happening, maybe in the lower back, outside of your leg, back of your leg. Maybe you don't feel anything, and that's okay too. It's still good to get the body moving almost three-dimensionally, I always say. So twisting and turning and bending instead of just moving in a forward motion. What happens if you pull the inside of your strap and your foot almost turns inwards? Do you feel it right up along here? Ouch. Come back to center, switch legs. Here we go. Ooh. Okay, nice work. Great breathing, and thank you for showing up. And you should be very, very proud of yourselves for carving out this time for you. Because you matter, we matter. Keep breathing. All right, we're gonna switch hands, but before we take it over, you're gonna pull it in a little bit more and then drop it over to the other side. Now, it might not be very much, just hold. So I saw your reply, you must have been replying to my comment when I say this is just for fun, that something crazy is coming up. All right, hold for another few breaths. You're going to slowly release, give your legs a little shake. You can either roll over to one side to come up to seated, or you can hug underneath your knees, rock and roll, and come up and meet me here. You're gonna need something. You can even grab a broom for this next one. So this might not be for everybody, but you're gonna hold your towel up over your head, make a big V shape. All right, see how far back you can take your broom, your towel. If you have nothing, you can be in this position right here. So it's almost like we started with this closed book and we're opening it as much as we possibly can, squeezing the shoulder blades together as much as you can. Maybe you want to take your towel and do the same thing. All right, so let's just hold here for another few breaths. Oh, who's shaking? I'm shaking. We're shaking. On your next inhale, reach the arms up. Lean over to one side. Come through the middle, over to the other side, and we're back up. Now we go in the opposite direction. What happens if you don't have anything? You can sweep your arms along the floor. You can start doing the wave. Excellent. And we are going to end exactly where we started, lying down on our back. Knees are bent or legs are straight out along the floor. One hand over your heart, one hand over your belly button. Inhale into your heart, into your chest, then into your belly. Exhale from your belly and then your chest. So it's this wave motion that we're looking for with your breathing. Inhale into your chest, your belly, and then exhale belly and then chest. If you've got that, you don't even need to put your hands there. Close your eyes and just visualize the breath moving. You can breathe out through your mouth. Take as much oxygen in as you possibly can. Exhale all of the air out of your lungs. Hold your breath for just a moment. Now inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Last time. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so from here, I want you to reach your arms over your head, take a full body stretch, lengthen out through your fingers, lengthen out through your toes. Exhale, let it all go. Make your way up to a seated position very slowly whenever you are ready. And namaste. May the light within me salute the light within you. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I'm so glad you can make it, and thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming onto your mat and taking care of yourself first, putting yourself as a priority, and drink lots of water and stay safe. Just gonna hang out for another moment or two. Thank you, Ina. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Elena. And whoever else is there. Thumbs up. Yay. You're very welcome. Ooh, and a heart. What else can we throw in there? Yay. I love it. It's so fun. They just pop up and float. Is anybody getting really used to staying home and working from home? Leah, if you could please be quiet. Thank you. All right. It's I think we're all getting very comfortable being at home. You're welcome, Denise. Denise Martinez. Oh, you're welcome, Elena. I'm just hanging out. Just hanging out now. First to show, last to go. Okay, team. Team Aero Center. And if you're not from Aero Center, thanks for joining us anyway. Bye, Helen. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Oh, it's a long weekend. Enjoy your Monday.